What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Uprooted Adventures. Today I'm going to talk to you about my experience of driving a dually versus single wheel, how I enjoy driving it, how I don't enjoy driving it, how it compares to single wheel. Also my experience with towing a truck camper around, or having a truck camper hauling on the back of it versus a single wheel. I haven't really done too much towing with it, so I can't comment too much on that, but I have an idea how it's going to work. I also did a video on new versus old. I'll link that video down below. And while you're here, go ahead and click that little, whichever side it is, the subscribe button. So help this channel out. But without further ado, let's get to it. All right, let's address the pink elephant in the room. It's wider, right? Well, exactly how much wider, you may ask? Well, you probably won't be able to tell from the front tire, but this front tire lines up directly in the center of these two rear tires. You can actually get down there and look. They kind of line up about halfway here, halfway in the other tire. So we kind of just have a big giant wide tire out here. So it's not like you're a full tire length wider, even though it kind of looks like it was a dually. Now these are bigger tires. These are 235 85 16s. Stock is 215 85 16s. I like the little wider footprint. Gives me a little more clearance too, height wise. The difference you may notice. Well, I'll go off start first. This is a 2005 Chevy Silverado 3500. It's extended cab, of course, long bed because it's a dually. The big old gas guzzling beast, 8.1 engine under there with the 5-speed Allison transmission. So, reason number one, I went with this truck because I can afford it. The new dualies are just outrageously expensive. And plus this, if you drive this around, it still feels like you're driving a half-ton pickup truck around. Except for until you try to park it into a, oh, sorry, the wind's hitting here. Hopefully you can still hear me. But until you start trying to park it into a parking lot, then you realize, hey, you know, I have a big wide rear end. Which I usually don't have. I can fit in every single parking spot I have parked in. But my outside tires might be right on the white lines or something like that. But as far as turning radius and stuff like that, I haven't had too much of issue being able to get out of the parking spot, you know, curb checking, hitting every curb that you come around. My 2018 single wheel truck I had, I seem to curb stomp that a lot more. I have no idea why. It was a short bed, it was an extended cab, but that truck just felt bigger. When I was driving it, I felt like I was driving a semi-truck. It was up so high, the frame's beefier, the whole entire truck itself is just a beefier truck. It's that way for a reason, because it can haul more, even though this truck actually hauls more than that 3/4 ton I had. But far as you know, turn radius and all that stuff, I feel like this truck actually turns better than the single wheel I had. Now, if I had the single wheel version of this truck, of course, this is going to be a little bit more wide turning, but I really don't have too much complaints about having a dually in the rear, if I could speak here. Other than the fact that, you know, when you try to go into a parking spot, you're quite a bit wider. But as you're driving down the road, it drives like a Cadillac. It drives nice and smooth. Well, the rear end's pretty stiff. I mean, you know, you got a 1 ton when you try to jump in the back of this thing, and it basically doesn't even budge. You can jump up and down, versus when you get into a half ton, you try to jump up and down, it just doesn't. It goes all over the place, wiggle, all that stuff. But this also has a aftermarket sway bar and airbags in it as well. Now, versus camper. Only camper I've ever towed on a single wheel is my dad's truck. He has a 2011 Chevy Silverado 4x4. It's just extended cab, short bed. And he has a Palomino, I think it's a SS 1251. So it maxes out his payload, but he has airbags on it. And the fact that being a pop-up, the center of gravity is quite a bit lower. And I think that helps out a lot, because when I drove it, I really didn't even know it was back there, and I was quite impressed. I was like, well, why do I get it? Why am I getting a dually? If a single wheel hauls as well. I think it's really just the fact that it wasn't a hard side, which wasn't very tall, because I had an Eagle Cap 1160 on this one, and it was 4,500 pounds, which is the max payload on this. So maxing out the payload on this versus maxing out a payload on a half ton, this actually towed worse with the dual slide heavy, but that's a big heavy camper. But I'm also center of gravity is way higher because of the hard side on it. Now, I also have 6 other tires. So if I have a blowout, which I plan to do a lot of off-roading with this versus trying to get back far as I can, I actually have 3 spare tires is a plus. If you think about it, because if I blow out one on the side, I have a spare. And then if I blow out the other, I can go down to just 2 tires in the back of this thing and get where I need to go. I'll probably have to take the camper off at that time, but I can still make it back into town, get where I need to get, and get the 2 tires on there. So that's a huge plus of having a dually, is basically having 3 spare tires. You know, I mean, that's kind of nice, because a lot of people say, you know, why, you know, dualies are not as good off-road, but you know, you get those 3 extra tires automatically on the vehicle. And you don't have to haul them, you don't have to put them in a special spot, put them on top of your vehicle or anything. They're there. You got the one underneath, but that's about it. Let me show the inside of it. I just detailed the inside of this thing. The outside's dirty. It's always going to be dirty. You know, as you might see my other videos, it's just always dirty. But yeah, I just got her shining. It's got the Bose stereo system. It's full power mirrors, all that stuff. Just in case you guys are all wondering what it looks like on the inside. But yeah, this is top of the line, the LS at the time. I have my little dog skirting here. My German Shepherd when she gets in here. But other than that, you know, it's a very comfortable ride. I do enjoy this truck very much, so I love this body style of Chevys and all that. It is 4-wheel drive, push button. Does have a power seat. Does have a little tear gum in here. I'll probably put a seat cover, or I might even replace that. I'm not sure, but man, the wind is picking up. Go away, wind. So I was trying to get in the truck a little bit so I get you guys out of the wind, but hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah, that's the inside of the truck. But yeah, back to the campers. Basically, if you're looking to do a pop-up, I have no problem doing a single wheel. I mean, I think under 3,000 pounds, you should have no problem doing a single wheel. Anything over that, I would probably recommend a dually, just by how, you know, the camper I had before with this dually, how it rode. I mean, it was safe, but you know, you hit a bump and that thing's just rocking. You know, it's rocking back there. And if you're trying to go off the back roads a little bit, if you're just RV parks and stuff like that, doing all the regular campgrounds, it'd probably be no problem. But me trying to go down the back roads, I'm even considering like a heavy duty pop-up at this, just so I don't have my center of gravity down. You know, I'm kind of contemplating on that right now, because I just sold the Eagle Cap I had because I just didn't like the weight I had in the back. So basically, like I said, in this, I mean, driving around town, I haven't had too many complaints other than just, you know, feeling wide in the parking lots. The drivability is actually pretty good. You get into those newer trucks, they get wider, they get bigger. I mean, I can only imagine the 2018 I had, if that was dually, it would just be even bigger feeling. So that's my opinion on those. You know, why not get a used truck? I mean, these 8.1s and that Allison transmission is legendary. This is only got 85,000 miles on it. It's going to last me forever. It's got the payload pretty close to what a new one's going to be. So, I mean, if you can find something like this, the maneuverability on these things are a heck of a lot better than the newer ones, in my opinion. I haven't driven a new dually, but unless you get the F450, I heard those actually turn a lot better. So if you're really going something heavy, I'd get an F450. Just seeing the turn radius, just look online and stuff like that, is a lot better compared to any 3500 or, you know, 1 ton. So if you're contemplating what you should get, also keeping gas mileage, your gas mileage is going to be down a little bit because you got a little extra drag, a few more tires, all that fun stuff. I'm actually finally getting about 12 miles per gallon out of this bad boy. The diesel will probably get a little bit better gas mileage, but you're not really going to gain any more power in this years, unless you get 06, 07 with the diesel. But you're not going to gain reliability by going to diesel in these years over the 8.1. It's just a flawless engine, other than it burns a little oil. They never have a, just keep them cool and keep oil out of them, and they run forever. Just keep in mind it is a little wider, which kind of gives you an excuse if you think about it. If you go in the parking lot and you take up, like, you know, 2 spaces, most people aren't going to hate you. Like, oh, he's got a dually. That's all right. You know, if you're one of those punks in a little sports car and you take up 2 or 3 spaces because you don't have anybody dings in it, that's when people start, you know, complaining and stuff. But, you know, dually, they understand. So, you know, I don't mind the walking a little bit. I just park in the back of Walmart, and, you know, I still take up 1 space. I don't try to take up 2 spaces if I don't have to. But there's usually nobody around me. So I haven't had any, you know, complaints there or problems with the parking. Like I said, actually, I don't know if I'm just more aware of the 2 extra tires in the rear, but I really don't curb check any curbs or anything like that. I thought I'd be hitting them like crazy. How I felt in my mind is I'm going to get a dually. As much as I hit anything in that 2018 I had, you can see the tires, they're dirty. There's no little clean spots on it. I mean, I just don't I'm just more aware that I'm wider or something. I don't know, but I feel like I can going out of a gas station, I can turn into the very first lane. I don't have to go all the way out in the second lane or nothing like that. And I don't pop off the curb as I'm coming out. So it's not as bad as you think it is driving a dually as a daily driver if you have to, versus a single wheel. And if you need the extra tow capacity, it's going to haul a fifth wheel better. It's going to have more payload, so you can do a bigger fifth wheel, a bumper pull, all that stuff. It's going to tow better. It's going to haul a truck camper better. But you know, not saying that single wheel can't do it. It's just going to be more safe. You got extra tires because you have a blowout and you have all that weight on there. You're going to feel a little bit safer. That's it. But if you have a pop-up camper, I don't see, you know, light pop-up camper. I have no problem doing a single wheel. A lot of those overlanders and all that stuff, people that do all that stuff, they have the single wheel, and I don't think it's that much more dangerous. I think the truck will handle just fine if you have a blowout. It feels solid when you're driving, but if you go too heavy, definitely get you 2 more wheels in the rear. And if you look in the off-road, also just keep mindful that you have 2 extra wheels in the rear. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the people talk about how rocks get caught in between those 2 tires. I think I did say that, but like I said, you got 3 extra spare tires. I haven't found much of an issue. I've taken out the forest a few times. I've gone down any road that anybody would take down a single wheel. Probably won't go down a Jeep trail or quad trail, but what we plan to do with our venturing, I don't think I'll need that sort of 4-wheel capabilities. I just want to get off the beaten path and get out of the normal campsites and all that stuff. So I think it'll do just what I need it to do. Be just as reliable as anything new, and I won't be as big and bulky. Still stay tuned for what camper I'm going to get. We haven't figured out yet what camper we're going to do. Kind of feeling either Northern Light or an Apex pop-up camper or Hallmark, a little bit the bigger one, XL, the 9.5 camper. You know, if you're into campers and stuff like that, let me know what you think. You know, would you do a pop-up on a dually? Would you do a hard side? More comfortability, because we're selling the house right now. As you can see, there's a for sale sign. So we're trying to get out of here and hit the road full time. But we also want to get out far as we can and have the capability to do so. With that being said, that's going to wrap up this video, everybody. If you have any comments or something, go ahead and feel free to comment down below. I'll get to your questions. This is just my opinion, what I feel like the dually is. I've been having, you know, I was tossing and turning at night. What did I tell you? Get the dually? Do I get the single? A dually, single wheel. What's going to be better for me? Hopefully this helps you a little bit. Please hit that subscribe button, help this channel out. Smash that like button if you like that, if you want to see more videos like this, and follow us along in our journey. And as always, keep those dreams of adventure alive. See you next time. Take care.